Hello everybody, what's going on? And welcome back to the Road to Glory career mode. We're back for season number 2. I hope you're all doing well. If you missed the previous episode, I recommend you go and check it out because it was pretty crazy what happened. We fought with Colchester for the final 2 games of the season, playing them in one of them to try and win the League 2 title. We knew we were already into League 1, at least as runners-up, but did we get the title? That was the question. Obviously, if you've seen that video, you know how it finished. But as I promised, I'm going to show you all of the winners of the other leagues around the world, starting with the Premier League. And actually, Manchester City had won it, but Spurs came second with over 100 points, which is mental. Coming second and not winning the league with over 100 points. I said our title race was crazy. Theirs was just as crazy. Over to France, PSG, surprise, surprise, won the league there. 38 wins from 38 games. It's incredible, really, winning every single game in the French league. Bayern topped the Bundesliga. They weren't quite as good, though, because they only managed to win 33 of their 34 games. So, yeah, nowhere near as good as PSG. Wink, wink. Juventus winning the Serie A with, again, another undefeated season. It feels like there's a recurring theme here. PSV actually topped the Eredivisie, beating Ajax, Benfica, winning the Liga NOS as well, as I go through these pretty quickly just to kind of get through them. Celtic winning the Scottish Prem, and Real Madrid winning La Liga Santander. For the Champions League and the Europa League, Barcelona were Champions League winners. They failed to win the league, but they got the bigger prize, in my opinion, of that Champions League. And it was an all-English final as well in the Europa League, as Arsenal took down Manchester United with a 2-1 win in that one. So that now covers all the stuff that we needed to check out from the first season. But now it is time to jump into season number 2. And boy, am I excited for this season. Of course, Guruzzetta has now left the club. He's gone back to Bilbao. And I did say to you, if we had the possibility of maybe bringing him in, if I had enough money, we'd look to do that. And there's quite a few of you out there as well who want us to make that happen. I checked the comment section, and he was a recurring name in that comment section. So, £3 million was a budget that we had to work with coming into this new season. And you guys knew what I was going to go do. I had to go and have a sit down with the Bilbao manager about discussing the possibility of Guruzzetta coming back, this time on a permanent basis. A £2.3 million deal was agreed. Guruzzetta came into the office, not for the first time. He's been here last year, of course, as a loan signing, but this time it's on a permanent basis. We sat down, I was thinking, how much is he going to want in the contract? Because he's on £10,000 a week over at Bilbao. But Guruzzetta believes in the project here because he took a pay cut to come and join us in League 1. He took a pay cut of, I think, £3,000 in order to now join us. He's on £7,500 a week here at this club. And Guruzzetta has returned. £2.3 million was the deal to bring him back to the new lawn for this new season. But I had to make it happen. He scored the 2 goals that effectively got us that shot of the title in the last video. When we were taking on Cambridge, we were 1-0 down with 20 minutes to go, was it? He scored those 2 goals. So purely for that sentimental reason, I had to bring him back. I'm sure he'll do a really good job for us as well in League 1. But he's back then, ladies and gentlemen. Alongside Guruzzetta, in came Saka from Arsenal, Bukayo Saka on loan. Another, really good player who should do a good job in League 1 this year, along with 3 players from the free agents. Starting with this man here, Jonathan, is it Lacerda or Lacerda? He is a CDM, 66 rated, very good player. And if you didn't know, if you've been playing career mode, I'm sure you do by now. If you check out the free agents at the start of each new season, there's quite a few of them in there that will do a job for you. So I recommend checking them out whenever you start a new season. Of course, you have to play through the first year for it to really become, I guess, useful. But alongside him, there were 2 others, a centre-back and a striker. So we'll take a look at those players in the future and see what goes on. But I was starting to get offers through for Diego Lopez, as expected. The kid is brilliant. We expected to see teams make offers for him. So when I realised that we were getting offers, we got an offer, I think, from Fenerbahce and from Palace, I went ahead and offered him a new deal at the club. He's on more money. It's the same length contract, though, still 2 years. But now he's gone from £450 a week, I think it is, to about 5k. So hopefully that will give him a bit more morale, make him want to stay in the long term, believe in the project. And so he is on a new deal at the club. So I'd say the business we've done here was pretty pretty simple. There was nothing too spectacular about it. You know, we knew that Guruzzetta, the possibility of him coming back was there. Obviously, the free agents, they're so useful, and Lopez signing a new contract. So far, so good in the transfer window. So he headed off into the first game. I couldn't wait. I wanted to start off the League One campaign. And you saw the team, as I showed you the lineup. There was a few new faces in there. One of them being Ronan Curtis. Now, you might not remember, but in the January of last season, he signed a pre-contract to join us for this new year. So, he's here, and it was him who scored the opening goal of the game. The former Portsmouth man arriving at the back post, Bukayo Saka towards him, and he slotted home. And then in the second half, with 8 minutes left, he got through. Good save from the keeper, but quite fortunate for the ball to bounce back to Curtis. He sent himself incredibly wide, but how about that for a finish, my friends? Gets it back and manages to just about squeeze it in from that tight angle. Really good work. Moment to remember there for the defender as he slides in onto the post. That would have hurt a lot, but yeah, we'll go past that. Curtis already scored twice in the game, went down in the penalty area, and we had an opportunity to try and make it 3. And of course, Curtis would be the one taking the penalty. A red card as well for the Blackpool man, and Curtis would step up for the hat-trick in his first game for Forest Green Rovers. Shout out as well as Curtis misses the penalty, and then the rebound from Ollie White. We couldn't quite find the finish, but shout out as well to Bukayo Saka, because he was brilliant. Both wingers today, they tore Blackpool apart. We were getting a lot of success down the wings. Now, one thing to note about Saka and about Curtis is they're both very pacey. Two guys that will look to take players on as well, and have got the pace to get in behind. You partner that with somebody like Guruzzetta, who's willing to, I guess, go for the more physical battles in the middle of the box. We might be in for a good year this year down those wings, getting the cutbacks in and the crosses. But do remember as well, Guruzzetta, he hasn't got his starting spot, you know, really concrete, solidified in there, because Williams last year was arguably, you could say, our best player for that League 2 campaign. So, you know, Guruzzetta, yes, he's here back. Great, the return's there. You'd expect that. But he's not a guaranteed starter. Williams still has the capability to do as a job in League 1, As we headed off into the second and final post-con match of today, Bradford and Lopez. How about that for a save from Bradford's goalkeeper? But Lopez wasn't going to stay quiet during the entire game. And this here just shows you why he has those clubs looking at him. As he gets through, right, I'm not going to say the skill initially is brilliant as he takes the touch, but the second little touch to bring it back in his path and then find the finish. I mean, you're seeing it. This is why this kid has such a bright future, and it's why we want to try and keep hold of him so much. Look at my reaction. If we let him go, that will be, quite possibly, the worst decision I will ever make in a series. So yeah, my plan is to keep hold of him as much as possible. I know money talks, so if at some stage another team comes in, we might have to think about it. But ultimately, I want him here for this entire series. But in the end, a 1-0 win against Bradford. And I thought I'd give you guys another game, except this time it's live. So let's head into that now. New signing to the club as Curtis Jones joins on loan from Liverpool, just to make sure we've got some squad depth in the central midfield area. We've now got a cup game as well against Fleetwood, which I will be simming, and Curtis Jones is going to play in that game. So away to Fleetwood. I've said it before, I'll say it again, not that bothered about the cups here. Until we get into the Premier League, I don't think we really have a shot. So we'll see what the result is going to be against Fleetwood. Well, we're through. We're into the next round, a 3-0 win. But we're probably just going to get knocked out later on anyway. So, yeah, good to get through, but I can't imagine we'll get too far in the competition. Our final game for today, and the next game for you to watch, features Tranmere Rovers as we take them on for the third game of the league campaign. You can see we're up into fourth as well. So what a start it's been here to League 1 life. I'm not sure how long that will continue, but hopefully right until the end. This is a very interesting offer here for George Williams. It's come from Rakau Sheshoa. I've probably got that completely wrong. £1 million offer for George Williams, who was, as I mentioned, one of the better players in this Forest Green team last season. Had the highest goal contribution rate out of any player. Do you know what? I'm going to counter this, and they're probably not going to match it, but I'm going to ask for 1.5 million. If they say yes to this, I will be very, very surprised, because he's only worth 650k. £1 million is already a very good offer, but 1.5 mil, what will they say? Their final offer is £1 million. Like, I think he'll be good for us in League One. I don't think he'll quite have the same season that he had for us last year. But think of what we could do with the money. Oh, they're going to match it. 1.3 mil for George Williams. If that goes through, we'll have about £4 million to spend. We'll need to get a new striker in, of course, for some squad depth. But we'll see if that goes through in the next game. Anyway, Tranmere is that game we will play. I might actually give Williams a start, seeing as how he potentially might be leaving the club here then. Let me swap around the team, and I'll see you in game. And here is the starting 11 that we've gone with then. So, Williams does in fact start for what could be the final time in a Forest Green Rovers shirt. And it's nice as well, they're at home for the game, so the fans can kind of see him off if he is to leave the club. Lopez in the team too with Saka, Curtis on the wings. We've seen what they can do in League One. They've started off the season really well, and you'd expect them to continue that with this game here against Tranmere. But a 5 at the back is what Tranmere have gone with. Jennings and Mullin up front. I don't really know if that 5 at the back will allow us to play with the wing play like we've been doing. Guess we'll find out as Williams will get us underway. Here is Jennings, who's got the run coming in. Instead chooses to go towards Mullin. The shot's there and Mitov makes the save. Here is Mullin, finds the ball off to Koulibaly, whose shot rises higher than the crossbar. But it's all Tranmere as we've got this game underway here. There's no sign for Forest Green Rovers thus far in the game. It's all Tranmere. Here is Lopez, finds Adams. Adams has 2 runs coming in now. One from Lopez, one from Saka. And the pass went to neither. And I will say as well, as we are approaching half-time, there will be one team feeling very good about this first half, and it's certainly not us, because really, Tranmere have had the better of the opportunities. In fact, I can't even remember a shot on target for us yet in this first half. So, half-time whistle goes, and it's been one-way traffic. It's all Tranmere. Here is Mills then for us. We switch formation to a 4-2-2-2. As Saka can now get the cross in. There's the delivery, ref. I was going to say there's a free kick in there for a challenge late on Bukayo Saka. And it is also going to be a yellow card here for Callum Woods. So the switch in formation, will it pay off? We are to find out, but that first half against the 5 at the back, I just couldn't get our wingers really involved. There's a pass on here towards Laqueda, edge of the area, who's going to get it under control as well. Hit the shots! Into the hands of Davies, who can easily catch in the end. It's not been his finest game here, George Williams, and that won't be a very good way to end things if he ends up ending with this performance. Lopez, though, just about gets through and fires across for Curtis! Forest Green breakthrough! You knew who it was coming from. Lopez in towards the box, and there was Curtis. That's now his 3rd in 3 games in a Forest Green Rovers shirt. Forget about the performance of Williams, because he played the pass into Lopez, who did the rest. I take it back, Williams. You've now been involved in a move that's put us in front here. But Curtis, right place at the right time again. He's very good at those runs, getting in at the back post and making sure to be able to find the finish. And he's done it there again. We've not been good here. But if we get the 3 points, that's all that matters for a second goal here. If Mondal can pick somebody out in a green shirt. Instead, Ellis blocks it, but that is going to be it from the new lawn then. Forest Green Rovers 1, Tranmere 0. 3 wins from 3 in League One. What a start. Release clause paid for Liam Kitching. Gaz Metan have matched the £550,000 that it'll take to take him away. We also got an offer for Grubb as well, another of the players that I have actually transfer listed. I went through at the start of the season and transfer listed quite a few players that I didn't think had a future here. And as we've just got a message pop up, it seems like Williams will stay. As I said, I wasn't really fussed either way, but I'm pretty sure there it is. Transfer talks broken down as they couldn't reach agreeable terms. Kitching has gone, though, for $550k, so we might have to go out and pick up a centre-back. We've got some scout reports back on a few players that I was looking at maybe bringing in as well. But Williams stays. So, for the end of today, what have been... Ooh, we've also got a free agent there we could sign. 28-year-old Adrian Giacino. Might even not have to go out and buy a player to replace Kitchen. We could just probably get him. I mean, I'm going to shortlist him, and that's probably what we will do. Because if I don't have to buy anybody to replace Kitchen, that's even better. For the transfers then, as we end off the day, what else has happened? Well, since you last saw this update, Curtis Jones, I mentioned it at the beginning of the live portion, he's in on loan. Collins has gone to Wolfsberger AAC, 400k, and Liam Kitchen has now left as well for 550k, and we've also got Dale Grubb potentially leaving in the coming days. That leaves us with around about £3 million left in the transfer kitty. So, if you want to suggest any players you want to see join us, I'll take a look through the comments and maybe sign 1 or 2 of them. But I'm also currently looking as well at 1 or 2 other players who have release clauses. I'll go through them now. So we got Tahith Chong, 69 rated. He's got a release clause of £2 million, £2.5 million. So we could potentially bring him in. Yeah, 2.5 mil. We've also got, is it Cuenca, who has a release clause as well at Barcelona. So there's a lot to kind of cover, and this transfer window is still open. So there's potential for more deals to come through. So leave your suggestions below. Until next time, though, thank you all so much for watching another episode of the Road to Glory Career Mode. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, a like would be greatly appreciated. As always, as well, a massive thank you for all of your support on the channel. If you are new around here, like what you see, hit that subscribe button down below, and I will see you all again with another video very, very soon. Until then, have a great day, have a great evening, and I'll catch you all soon. Adios!